Okay, hey guys. I'm gonna turn down Tiny a little bit more. Technically, I muted her because I was waiting for her to finish her live, but she's taking a bit, and I still have not made my food yet. And it is almost 7 o'clock at night for me, so I need to eat soon. But I wanted to uh, update you guys as I have begun to fall into a rhythm of doing that on the days that I go to the gym. And I want to keep doing that. Even though today has, at least thus far, been more of a mixed bag. But it's not as bad as I was concerned about before. Because um, I've been feeling discombobulated. I've told some people. Others, I don't know if they were paying attention or if he's live or not. But today is Tom's birthday. He would have been turning 43. And it's the first birthday that he's not here. And as much as I've been able to keep my mood on the higher end, it's just been constantly present on my mind the whole day through. So, it's I'm hoping each year will get easier in a sense, but I mean, it is what it is. So feeling discombobulated. I missed. You're probably gonna see some agitation there. I didn't touch myself with anything, but I don't know if I accidentally touched with my hand. And they have these sanitation wipes for wiping down the stuff from the gym. Um, I think I'm mildly allergic. Um, I think you can kind of see if I bring my hand closer, if it'll focus. There's these little red bumps. Try with this one. Do I have to really get my hand like right up in your face? Okay, now you can kind of see them. Those bumps. That's just they get it. My hands and stuff. The areas get itchy, and I have to be careful on how much I scratch it, or else it'll get bad. Uh, so for the third time, discombobulated. I missed the cab. I call them, and the guy's telling me, well, I don't know when I'll be able to get the next side. I start crying. And I was outside. And I'm not really a public crying person. I don't like crying, period. And the fact that I started doing it in public was just for me. But I explained to him, I was like, I lost my boyfriend, in March. Today's supposed to be his birthday. I'm just trying to keep busy. And he was like, well, I don't know how long it'll take because we have other people to pick up. I was like, I don't care. Because I acknowledged I was the one that messed up, I was like, I'm just trying to keep busy. And so they did eventually get me there. And then we started getting this fucking storm. And Didn't think too much of it. I'm doing my whole thing. I've posted most of what I was doing, not personally showing you, because you're not supposed to do video recordings at the gym. That's kind of against their rules. So I was finding videos to illustrate what I was doing. And then when there was, monitors to show the progress, I also gave screenshots. When it was time to eventually call to go home, I couldn't reach the cab company. So I called the Medicaid cab people. They can't reach them either. They're trying to call other cab companies, and either they can't come and get me, or at least one other wasn't picking up either. And I'm basically told that at that point I'm SOL. And I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I'm getting upset. But I was able to call Mom, and Aunt Angela was able to come pick me up in Mom's car and get me home. But while I was waiting for her, someone came walking through, and, she was looking out at the rain, and of course made my typical smart-assy comment, better rain than snow. And she was agreeing with me. And then she said something about there being power outages. Then something clicked for me. It's part of the reason why we stopped having a landline at our last apartment. Because there's no other way to say it, but the fuse box at the old apartment was janky as fuck. People would constantly overload it, and the fuse would go. Like, it was an old fuse box. The fact that it had actual fuses, not the switches. It wasn't a breaker. It was a fuse box. Some of you might be too young to understand. You could probably find YouTube videos that cover what a fuse box is. You probably living in a place. Oh, hi, Mocha. He's the only one right now that's wearing a collar, so when I hear that jingle, I know it's him. And he's currently nomming. And I'm so glad that he and I are at least getting more affectionate. He's still not thrilled with the boys being around. But, Rumble's kind of just a couple feet away from him now. And he's not too fussy about it. Though he's wanting to come over, and he might chase Rumble off. Come on. Come on, Mocha. Want to come say hi to the people again? He's trying to figure out how to get her. You can come through. There we go. Be nice, Mocha. 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 Come on. Yes, it's a good boy. Well, you can kind of see him. While I was waiting for his introduction, well, you turned around, so your tail went through my fingers. When I was waiting for the video to upload, introducing him, he was basically in my lap. On half of my lap the whole time. He is a love bug. And I leaned back. I'm not going to do it now because it'll make me look a bit more like Cartman during that WoW episode. But, he came kind of up on here. And he just kind of laid down for a bit. Oh, now he's grooming himself. He's definitely feeling more comfortable. I'm so relieved. Because I know he was stressed. I don't think I covered the story in his introduction video, but in case people missed it, his initial owner kind of went off to California and sadly has not checked in on the boy since. The poor baby. And the woman who took him in had been trying to rehome him for a month because though he was lovey with her, he was terrified of her dog. And so that very much stressed him out. And she didn't want that to keep happening. And apparently she was constantly posting on Nextdoor. And I happened to find that her recent post just as she was posting it. And, you know, I asked some questions, making sure that he was fixed first. Snipped, broken, whatever you want to call it. I usually call it broken. Because it don't work no more. So, you know, I just wanted to make sure he was in good health and whatnot. And so last Thursday, he came home. And he was so very stressed. And the next day, I didn't necessarily make it better because I at least had to get him from under the couch to be able to get some eyes on him, make sure he was okay. But I realized I had a little bit more catnip hanging out. Split that between all the boys because I couldn't just give it to Mocha. And he loves catnip. So I had it in. And then as soon as I got money on the first, I bought more. And I also bought them some gushy food. And I gave them gushy food with catnip on it. And that's when we started making more inroads. He wanted me to pet his head, but not so much his body. Now, he's good pretty much with me patting him, though he gets a little chatty when my hand runs along his tail. But he does that thing where, you know, cats wind. You know, they wander away and then they turn around and come back. So, but he hasn't gotten aggressive with me. So, not like that. It was still technically his first 24 hours here where he had tagged my hand. And I still have a tiny little boo-boo from that. And, well, there's also the one on my finger there. Oh, two, technically. So, you know. But things have been much better there. And did I even finish I didn't finish telling the fucking... As I said, I'm discombobulated. And it's the appropriate word. It's not like me using hectic inappropriately, like someone else. So, with Spectrum, which is cable, if you get their internet and phone, it's all through their modem. Even their TV now, technically, because they do that through an app. So, when the power goes out, your phone's gone. You can't use your phone because there's no signal. So, we ended up dropping our phone because we couldn't use it. That's when we started just using cell phones, primarily. And now I've just gotten used to it. Even though now I'm in an apartment with my own breaker, and technically I could have a landline again. It's just me. I mean, I'm fine with just the cell phone. But what if some of the cab companies are using Spectrum? Because Spectrum does business packages. And because FiOS and stuff like that has been slow to come into our area, Spectrum and Verizon or other DSL companies are pretty much what we have to rely on right now. So I think that's what happened. And at least understanding the issue helped things feel better. You know, I was like able to calm myself, and I didn't start like being a bitch because of anger rumination. That was important, especially today. I don't want to take things out on people if I'm potentially having a bad moment. I don't want to say a bad day, because all in all, the day has not been bad. I'm about to open a box. I had stuff come in for my hair. I'm actually going to eat a meal that is very Tom-coated. It's honey barbecue chicken bites from Tyson that I'm going to cook up in the air fryer. And then there's some frozen battered fries that I got. I'm also going to throw those in the air fryer. Coleslaw to go with the fries. Tom didn't like coleslaw, but he fucking loved the fries. He would always give me his coleslaw. So that's gonna be primarily the dinner. And then for dessert, wasn't sure how I would feel, so I at least got myself some Reese Big Cups. And then the Walmart peanut butter cup ice cream. Or is it peanut? It's either peanut butter ice cream or peanut butter cup ice cream. I can't remember the exact name of it. But it has like a peanut butter ribbon and stuff. And I like peanut butter more than I like chocolate. Like, some chocolate to go with the peanut butter is great. And that's why I got the big cup. Because, like, the peanut butter's thick. It's thick. And that's what I wanted. So basically, I put together a full meal for myself to kind of enjoy, think of him. I burned a shit ton of calories before I'm even going to have it. It might end up being the only meal I have today because it's now after 7 and I usually stop eating by 11. But I mean, there are worse one meal a days to have. And my schedule is a little bit different this week, in so much that I mentioned it before, but I have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday at Pain and Wellness. So my gym days are going to be Monday, Thursday, Saturday this week. And Wednesday I'll just have a pain in my ass from sitting. you know, sitting, standing. I mean, I'll still be getting some steps in and stuff like that on Wednesday. I mean, I get steps in technically every day, but I mean, I'll still be getting activity on Wednesday specifically. But then my next gym day is Thursday. And then because I realized the Medicaid cab does do weekends, there's just certain providers that don't do weekends, but there are certain providers that do weekends. So I had to find one that did. And I will be able to do that. So, which is good because a bit of good news. Like I said, it's not a bad day. I've just had some bad moments. I'm down again. So not this past Friday, but the Friday before, I did that full body scan that I told you about. And I really need to do that research. I've just been slowly getting more and more scattered because of today. Hopefully after today, I can start reining that back in. But where was I? I'm sorry. Oh, right. So Friday before last, we did the body scan. And I was at 317. I believe it was 317 even. Unfortunately, that was on the app's on my phone, so I can't look at it directly yet. But today, I weighed myself on my scale here at home. Unfortunately, I did drink my energy drink and take my medicine before I remembered I wanted to weigh myself, so maybe I might have added a few ounces, but 314.8 was today's weigh-in. So maybe about 3 pounds. It was more than 2. So the app that my smart scale uses, if it's more than 2 kilograms difference, it will put up a thing saying as such, and then it will ask me, is it really you? And then I have to go, yes, it's really me. So there was that bit of fun today. Yes. Mocha was still laying here next to me, so I'd give him some more patents. Positive reinforcement. Oh! You being touchy? That's your tail wiggling. Are you gonna get it? He's watching his tail like swish. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely been some good today, and getting that exercise in, I think, has definitely helped keep my mood afloat. Not knowing what the fuck was going on with my cab didn't help things, but then coming to understand that helped. So there were some roller coaster moments. Where you want to go, buddy? Where you want to go? It's just along your back. Oh, you just being grumpy? If you turn around, my fingers are going to graze your back. It's just how it works. Right. So, let me get this out of your way, and then if you want to go out into the kitchen, that'll be easier for you. Okay? So I ordered some stuff from Sally's. I'm doing it through a Pay in 4 from PayPal to be able to afford it. So technically I can't, but I had, with all this, the gray coming in, I want to be a little bit more presentable looking, you know? I'm vain about my hair. Got a bunch of this. Right. So this, I'm thinking of at least doing on a video, because I think this is a newer product. Ion now does a color remover, and it's supposed to be for permanent color, which is technically at least some of this. And I want to see how good it does. And it comes with their Absolute Perfection kit, which is kind of like Olaplex. Good stuff. And then, because it was buy two, get one free, I bought myself a bunch of different hair dyes. Permanent ones. 3 of these, which is emerald, in case you can't read that. I've not even had people tell me it's actually backwards when you guys watch it, so I'm assuming it's okay. Then these ones were on clearance, and it's another bit of green. It's called winter green. I'm going to try to mix them and see what happens. And if it's not as punchy as I would like in the end, I have a bunch of the temporary dyes still around that I can then put over it like a gloss. And then there's Ion does an Inspired by Nature permanent stuff now. It's supposed to be healthier for your hair. It was a little bit more expensive, but it was still under the buy two get one free sale. So I got some natural black, ammonia free permanent cream hair color with grapeseed and natural pistachio, almond, and avocado oils infused with chestnut seed and cocoa extracts. So, I mean, unfortunately it doesn't, show you at all the color swatch, but pretty much gonna go, I'm gonna remove as much of this as I can, and then see how the permanent color does with like my grays and stuff like that. It'll be a learning experience. But this box is actually relatively big, so I'm hoping that's not a lot of lotion. It says processing lotion. Color remover part 2. Okay, so this goes in there. And then the little thing of the booster. Oh, but they didn't include the step 2. That's fine. Oh, because step 2 is to help lock in your process. So, yeah, of course, that makes sense. I've used the stuff before, and I've gotten the 2-step kit specifically a few times over. And I usually use it while I was coloring my hair, so. Okay. My back's hurting me a little bit, especially since I had to sit a bit to wait. I also am feeling more and more hungry. I can't do it like she does. I can't. I think that's a good thing overall, though. Also thirsty. But I think I'm going to end things here. If you're in Nerfy's Discord, I will be around there in a little bit. Once I get fully settled in with, plugging everything over by the bed and, having my food and whatnot. I gotta get myself a gym bag and then some toiletries so I can shower at the gym. And I think that would help reduce this reaction that I'm having. But questions, comments, concerns, please drop them down below. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You be the judge. There's gonna be some links for like Casey's top surgery or possibly helping me out, but definitely, Casey's top surgery comes first. But there's also going to be a link for Nerfy's Discord. If for some reason that link does not work, please let me know, because it's a temporary code and I'll have to update it whenever it stops working. So I love you guys. Go fuck yourselves. We'll talk again soon.